RPM, Trade Vietnam in this bitch. What's happening? Uh, just to make it clear, RPM stands for Resist the Political Manipulation. Who the hell can't understand me when I say that? It also stands for Red Pill Militia, making a reference to the Red Pill and Matrix, and the recognition that the duties implied in the title militia, um, the duties themselves will supersede the title because they could have never given this force that title. Wouldn't matter. The responsibility is still there. They don't need to mention it in political jargon. They don't need to write it down in no constitution. None of that matters. That is an attempt to communicate an idea or a responsibility that's there before the word came. The definition of militia is any able-bodied man or woman who recognizes the responsibility to defend not themselves, not just their home, but their homeland. That's just inherent in the fact that you're here. To think that that kind of stuff needs to be blessed by government entities is ridiculous. Y'all give them way too much. And when you give them all of these natural things and then they begin to change it, they can get you to go along with the idea of laying down all of your natural shit so that they can have a stress-free work environment when they're enslaving your ass. That's what all of that shit is about, and you got to stop giving them the natural stuff. And every time we fuck with nature, we pay for that shit. All of this, the gender flip-floppy, yeah, that shit, yeah, you're going to pay for that for fucking with that. You're not supposed to fuck with the nature. It's got nothing to do with the God. It's got nothing to do with the Bible or none of that shit. You don't need that shit either. To think that humanity could not get along without these things being written is to negate the fact that they got written because it was something that was already recognized before they wrote it. This is like simple, basic stuff, really. It's really about an analytical, logical observation, examination, recognition, and then implementing these things into your life, and you just find a better balance and a more harmonious, at the very least, internal perspective on the world if you do these things. And then the rest of the world outside of you is either going to vibe with you or it's going to be fucking crazy and chaotic. But to settle these things in yourself first is good, and then you can move on to try to spread some level of stability in the way that we think and process these things. Stop letting them fuck with your nature. Jesus, fuck. Anybody else fuck with you on a regular basis, on a fundamental level, down here, where all of the little people are, then you know what the fuck is up. Somebody gets into an almost accident in a road race situation, and all of a sudden you're willing to fight and die for somebody trying to play with your fucking life. And when I tell you that government is playing with your life, you act like you don't see me or you don't understand or there's nothing you can do. Right now, there's this fucking nuclear scare going on, and nobody stops to say, who the fuck got this shit? How the fuck did you get it? And we should all be moving to disarm not just some foreign country and their nuclear shit. Everybody, whoever has it, shouldn't be trusted with it. They got the biggest fucking body count and the biggest guns. And somebody worried about my AR-15. It is that kind of shit that seems to be so dangerously hypocritical that when I say fuck them, I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart so much that I think it's funny that anybody would even give a fuck, to care, to try to stop me, to try to silence me, or to stand in my fucking way, or to present themselves as a physical opposition to me saying fuck them when I'm trying to oppose the biggest guns held by the biggest mass murders that the world has ever seen. I get to say fuck them, and I care so little about what other people say that if what other people say in the censorship and the attempt to control free speech through these media outlets, social media outlets, which will then lead to other things. You will be ostracized and other things outside of social media for these things. They working on the social score system like in China and all that shit. Yeah, okay. I think all that shit is funny. Because every time y'all do that shit, all I see is that y'all say y'all want to fight. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like you saying that you want to fight. And I'm with all the smoke. Because death is inevitable. The shit that y'all doing is inevitable. If the end goal is to get humanity to lay the fuck down, or else face physical repercussions and government trampling all over its people like it has done, in the past 100 years, government has killed 260 million of their own people. More than declared war has killed people. Governments have disarmed their people first and then killed their own fucking people to the tune of 260 plus million people. When I see all of that, I'm thinking, well, what you want, y'all motherfuckers tend to get. If tyranny will be what it is, then that is what you guys are aiming for. I already see you. I'm already standing at the finish line. Wait for you to show your bitch ass up with that punk shit. Because if you want to go, then just say it's up. All this bullshit planning in between with this totalitarian tiptoe. I think David Icke called it the totalitarian tiptoe, which I got funny feelings about him. I don't know. There's parts of him that I like and parts that I don't like, but that's with everybody though. So whatever. But yeah, the totalitarian tiptoe. That's what they're doing, and I say we should be taking big strides to stand up against that, because I think the proof is in the pudding, and the conclusion to what they want is not only may it be inevitable, but I think it's obvious to see. So instead of tiptoeing with their ass, focusing in on the small issues that they put right in front of your face that they want an emotional reaction for, I'm already seeing World War III, chaos, and oligarchy revealing itself to being that, turning into a very strong socialist dictatorship. Man, I see all that shit already, bro. In my mind, we already standing right in front of them with that shit, and they got y'all thinking that everything is okay and everything is cool, so they can lull your ass to sleep, get the least amount of us to stand up as possible. That way, when we all see that it's go time, it's a very small percentage of us that even recognize the shit for being what it is, and then even a smaller percentage of us who are capable and willing to try to fight them off of our asses in defense to stop them. And at that point, they're gonna feel like they got it in the bag and the cap the most fight out of us as they possibly can, and then they're just going to go. And to me, like I said, I feel the fight already. I'm not waiting for y'all to reveal yourself for the total fight. I feel that shit right now. I got a friend on my Instagram that was real good friends with me on Facebook, and she said that the FBI came to her house claiming that she was some kind of a threat to the federal government or some shit like that. Listen, I know y'all would want to listen to what I say to call me those things. I already know that you want to call me those things, and I want you to know that I already don't give a fuck, because I'm not threatening nobody. All I'm saying is the very thing that you guys pretend to uphold and want, and that is for us as Americans to stand up against any enemy, foreign and domestic. Y'all fucking said that shit. I never said that. You said that shit. So if I take your fucking words and all the shit that you praise, and I highlight the words foreign or domestic, just know that that could possibly mean your ass, and you know that it means you. So stop fucking playing, because you're not talking to a fucking idiot. You got to get your shit together. You're not talking to a fucking dummy. You know what the fuck it is. You know you're doing that totalitarian tiptoe, and you know it's up if that's what you want. That's why you won't just say it. Lucky for me, I already know that is what you are saying. So the jig is up, bro. Get the fuck out of my life with this bullshit. FBI better not never come to my fucking door talking no shit about nothing. Y'all better be sweet as fuck. Y'all better be sweet as hell to come to my door to talk to me about some shit I said on social media, as if I'm not supposed to say that. If you can't show me what I have done to somebody, what you a word about me saying ain't shit. Because every law in the book is a fucking threat. If a fucking cop wanted to tell somebody the words, quote, and I quote, or I will kill you, end quote, if they said that shit after every sentence that a cop says to you, he would not be exaggerating. He would be thinking out loud. Every law is a threat. So y'all gonna hold this shit consistent, or you're gonna find yourself in some fucking trouble. Don't die for your job on that punk shit. All these laws are threats. I ain't never threatened nobody. So I already got the upper hand on y'all. I got the moral high ground on y'all. Y'all gonna have to shut the fuck. You're not gonna, man. The frustration that I find in watching y'all do the fuck shit that you do with some level of anticipation that no one's gonna notice your fuck shit. Nobody's gonna consider your shit a fucking threat. Man, nobody's gonna notice what it is that you, man, come on. I think y'all are funny. I think you gotta play real dumb to act like you don't know what the fuck I'm saying, FBI agent or not. If you FBI and you think you so fucking smart, you know what it is that I'm saying. And you know in your heart that what I'm saying ain't even wrong. All enemies, foreign or domestic, and we have to expect that it might be domestic. We have to expect that this domestic or this potential domestic threat is going to use all of the tricks in the books to get us to disarm so that it doesn't turn into a big fight, because they don't want to fight everybody out in the open. They want to ostracize all of the people that see the truth in it, till there's a minimal number of us, and a majority, fucking multitude of the people see us as being strange or combative and all this other shit. That way, when you guys do go, you don't get no fight out of all the other people who chose to back down out of fear or ignorance. I am not stupid, and y'all not either, Mr. FBI, because I know you watching. Y'all shut my shit down. Y'all shut Zachary K. Hubbard's channel down when me and him was on there talking that shit last night on Gematria Fake News. How y'all do that? How y'all do that? Y'all following and watching what the fuck is going on between me and other communications so bad that Zach does his show all the fucking time. When does this ever happen to Zach that he lose control or access to his call board? Like, how that happen? Because I got on his stream, I ain't even say too much of nothing, and y'all was already cutting the stream. Listen, if it's up like that, then come fucking talk to me. Bitch ass, pussy ass, bitch. Y'all some bitches, bruh. For me saying what? Some shit that y'all should be standing behind me loud and proud, clapping the saloon going, hell yeah, foreign or domestic. What the fuck? That's what we here for. The FBI not saying that? Of course they not. Because I know who they is. They pretending, but I know who they is. I know who they is. Huh? Yeah. Where the fuck were y'all? In Dallas? When Kennedy got laid the fuck down? Was there any FBI there? Huh? What was they doing there? Protecting a sitting president? You didn't do too good. Did you drop the ball? When his protection was in your hands? On your watch, all of this happened? And you were incapable of stopping it or seeing it? Then you seem to be incompetent. Or did you have something to do with it? Who knows? Who knows? I think I kind of know. I might know. But you know something else that I do know? That death is death. Everything y'all's doing is fucking wrong. Y'all should be rooting on, y'all should be cheering for Americans like me who say foreign or domestic means that nobody's gonna fuck with this America shit we got going on. Whether you're on the inside or the outside, you got a better chance on the inside, so my eyes are definitely on the inside, because nobody from the outside could ever fucking fight us and rock our shit and crash all of our shit in a head-up, obvious, overt, ain't no secrets, we trying to fight. Who gonna do that? It'll be a fucking Pyrrhic victory for them. Whoever wanted to do that, they gonna die to get us. They gonna, even if anybody could ever subdue America from the outside, Pyrrhic victory. They gonna feel like they lost. Even if they won, they gonna feel like they took a loss. They might even regret ever starting, even with a W. They can walk with it with a W and still feel like, why did we do this? How the fuck we gonna rebuild our shit? We fucked our own shit up trying to do this. That's what it would be from the outside. The best way to subdue a place like America is to do it from inside with the smallest amount of combat you can possibly muster. And what you would have to do is to fool, trick, coerce, and all types of shit the people here. And when you reveal yourself for being the fucking snake that you are, so many people have taken themselves out of the fight that they actually help you oppose the people who are still in the fight. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm looking right at this shit. I don't know who the fuck y'all think y'all are. Y'all think y'all so fucking smart that y'all above people. But to me, you are, I don't give a fuck how clever your plan is. You're only as smart as your plan can be successful. And as soon as I see everything you're doing and the jig is up, I'm smarter than you, I win. Now bust a fucking move with y'all bitch ass. Y'all stupid, bro. That's why I want everybody just to take a look and ask themselves, do they see a fight right now or not? And it kind of looks like it. As soon as they want to oppose the Second Amendment and the First Amendment, like somehow that's even a topic of discussion, you got to know you in the middle of a fucking fight, because who would say that to you but a fucking op? Somebody who wants you to lay down. And they don't say these things without backing it up, just like the police officer. In the back of their minds, whether they say it out loud or not, they would never say it out loud. And sometimes there's a little Freudian slip, and they do say some very threatening things out loud, but they would never say it out loud to you. Y'all gonna watch what the fuck y'all say, and we will come make you shut up. They're not gonna say that. So when people say, hey, they're doing this, and other people look and go, but they never said that they was gonna take your guns or shut you up. Of course they didn't fucking say that. Man, stop playing. Stop playing. Of course they didn't say that. They just gonna say it to you. Huh? So you can fight them head up. 100 million fucking gun owners. 300 something million firearms. More firearms than people in this country. You could pass a pistol to a 3-year-old and have guns left over. The age is 3 and up. Boy, you gonna have leftover guns. You got to start putting doubles on people. Here go you a pistol and a fucking rifle because we running out of hands to put these fucking guns in. That's how many guns we got in this fucking country. That they can trace, that they can call out, that they can actually count. Does it look like anybody who would ever want to fuck with America will leave those guns there to then fuck with us? You gotta know that step one is going to be, amongst other things, get them fucking guns the fuck out of here. They can't win the fight if everybody got these guns and they come right out and overtly say, put your fucking hands up. We want to take America. We're going to change this shit from what you want it to be, for what you think it is, into some shit that better suits the World Economic Forum and that fiat dollar, that petrodollar. Keep your eye on it. Y'all think it's a fucking game? They not fucking playing. Now where's your racists? Where's your racism? When we're all being attacked by this fake ass fucking money that they've been fucking attacking since 1912 when they conceived of this shit. Of course, they sank that fucking Titanic. They had all of the opposition to our current financial system. They invited all of the opposition onto this fucking Titanic, if that's what they want to call it, because it wasn't that. And then sank the shit, so all the ops is dead, so they can go run this shit, and here we are. And white skin ain't gonna fucking save you. And all your black pride ain't gonna make you magically float above this shit like some kind of a fucking what do the religious motherfuckers call it when all the holy people are supposed to fly up into the fucking sky to escape Armageddon? Whatever the fuck that is, the rapture? Yeah, your black nobility is not gonna pull you up into a rapture to save you from when they crash that dollar. We all gonna be the same. Blood, tears, fear, famine will follow. Sicknesses, of course, yes. I believe that that C19 run is a practice run for something they want to do after they turn the lights off and crash that dollar. That's what I think. It's gonna come back in full force. This was a practice run. It was a practice run of a practice run. 666 days before the fucking pandemic was declared, they ran a simulation of some kind called Clydex, some shit like that. Whatever the fuck. If you know what I'm talking about, go check it out. 666 days before? And then they did this? Man, I'm not fucking stupid. The numbers and the gematria and the ritualistic shit that they do is so thorough that all you gotta do is catch on to it and you'll realize that somebody is playing the game. Somebody who can see the end goal in a long plan is maneuvering this shit so that it works out in his favor. And I think that's bullshit, and you get what you deserve if you let them do that shit. Because they gotta tell you. Then once they tell you, then they go, huh, if you let us do this shit, that's your fault. And they do, and they truly believe that they are relieved of their karma if they give you an opportunity to stop them and you don't. Roman maxim of law says, for thee who will be fooled, then let him. Then let him be. Let him be fooled. It's fair. Who else says that? There's a certain group of religious people who say that it is legal for them to lie to you in a legal setting, including financial settings. So who, in regards to this certain group of people, not even a whole group of people, it's a small group of people who just so happen to carry certain spiritual, religious beliefs and ideologies that they believe is helping keeping them at the tip top. That's an observation. You can call it what the fuck you want. Because I've been calling y'all all kind of names for years now. Bitches, punks, snakes, assholes, worm fool. Been calling y'all all that shit. Man, you better kiss your fucking kids, boy. You better kiss your kids. You better kiss your wife and kids, boy. Yeah. Cause y'all playing games, man. Playing a whole lot of games because y'all just gotta win this shit. It's a long play. Y'all got a leg up on people because a lot of people don't know what's going on. Gives you an advantage. So y'all can run that shit. Nobody's gonna run this fucking world. Nobody's gonna run the world overtly. Not right now. Maybe after they depopulate this shit, they can run it overtly. so they can give what 2,800 or 2,400, whatever the number is. 2,400 of y'all will be designated to do nothing but serve each individual according to their holy book. This is what they were promised, and if it looks in all, and as soon as you know that, you got to ask yourself, damn, how the fuck they gonna do that? How many of it is them, and how many of it, how many of us need to be here in order to fulfill this prophecy that they believe they're going to get a certain number of slaves that are geared to providing a royal-like life for these individuals. The numbers kind of sound like that Georgia Guidestone shit and bringing the population down to 500 million people. Voila! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! The fuck out of my life with that punk shit, man. Look, you're only as smart as what your plan can do without being exposed and then challenged. I see you. Y'all got high IQs, y'all doing this shit, y'all running the whole world doing that. I don't really think you're that smart because I caught on to your shit. So how good was it? Now you better hope I don't fucking get... Man, look, I would love to get a good audience of crash out dummies. Guys who is in the streets, who are willing to just fucking act like whatever for no reason. I would love to educate them, put a lot of love and care in their hearts, change their ways, tell them to get out of the streets, stay out of the justice system, get out of their way, don't fall for these traps, chill the fuck out. There's a bigger thing that's going on in the fucking world. Your warrior spirit should not be wasted on all of this self-hate and emotional damage and the lashing out at the man standing as closest to you, because y'all both found yourself in a state of desperation that's making you act way outside of your natural desires. Because none of these guys in the streets, they don't really want to be like that. They really don't. But that warrior spirit is triggered in this environment, in these environments of desperation. And I'm telling you, the world is in a state of desperation right now because somebody's trying to run this shit and rule this shit, and they need you to not notice them so that they can do it well, so they can do it according to plan. So what I'm telling y'all is, notice what's really going on. Carry that same energy that you do when you're talking about a potential road rage incident or some gang violence or all of these other things that bring us to lash out at each other. Man, save all of that energy, boy. And somebody trying to rule the world and you don't want them to do that, come together, bring your heart, open your mind for some knowledge and understanding. Tell yourself that what you want first and foremost is to not have to hurt nobody, and you got to mean that shit. And then when you find that you might have to defend, only in defense, to defend yourself and your house and your city, your state, your country, and your world against somebody who wants to smash this shit defensively, be ready to call them out, turn your back, and then wait for the sore loser to tap you on the shoulder to invite you into a fight that they want, and then sparks fly. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, bro. They tweak it, and I am tired of it. And all I want to do first and foremost is ask them some questions. We got some questions. Motherfucker, court is in session. What the fuck is all of this shit? What is this gematria shit? What is it? Huh? What is it? Why all your shit look so much like this but not be this? It's exactly what the fuck it is. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I think you're funny. Ha ha ha. You better kiss your kids. Fuck is you talking about, boy? RPM, Wu Bang, boy, this gun shit is for everybody. And they want you to believe that it's not. But yes, the fuck it is. Extended magazine, all of that, boy. Yeah, and I will be applying for whatever I got to do to get a switch on my shit legally and all of that. Yeah, it's way too late, bro. It's way too late. Because if it's up, why the fuck would I give a fuck about what you say about a switch? I just go get one. It's already up, ain't it? Man, quit playing, boy. Y'all some bitches and y'all know it. And y'all not that fucking smart because I can see you. So, the fuck you gonna do? And what we should be doing is stop letting these law enforcement agencies, FBI and everybody else run up on people because of what they saying, to question them about any fucking thing. Not about no gun ownership, not about something that they saying on social media either. We should be trying to find a way to speak their language through the legal system to bring up charges on them, and then 200 people go to the FBI office and go, what the fuck is this? This is a legal fucking document calling your bitch ass to court. What's up? Let's go to the courtroom you love so much. Let's ask ourselves, what the fuck is this that you got going on? What is all of this? Huh? Are we supposed to just be passive about this? Oh, nothing's wrong? Prove it then, because I'm in a state of confusion. And when the legal system is in a state of confusion, they call you into court, they give you your day in court. You might be found guilty or innocent, but you are innocent until proven guilty. So are they. They are completely innocent of anything that I've ever said about anybody until proven guilty. But how are they ever going to be proven guilty about what it is that's going on if you don't call them into a court of law? Try that. That should be step number one. And if y'all not willing to do that, move the fuck out of the way, bro. You just in the way now. Damn, that's a peaceful way to do this, using their own fucking legal bullshit. We can't subpoena nobody to court. I know there's some way we can be like, no, we want a thorough courtroom examination of the FBI. We can't do that? Then tell me to my face we can't. There's no conduit to do that. You cannot, or we cannot do that? We then call the FBI what it is then, if they are somehow removed from being legally examined for their actions and the orders that they take on and things that they have done. What's wrong with that? How many FBI agents are there? I'm gonna look this up. Now, how many gangbangers are in Southside Chicago right now? I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna take a trip to Chicago. I'm gonna talk to some people and ask them how they feel about the monetary system. We even know how it works. I'm gonna ask them how they feel about a whole lot of things. 666 days before the pandemic was declared? Yeah. Spooky, spooky. What Biden say on TV that one time in front of everybody? I don't care if it takes 6 minutes, 6 days, or 6 weeks, or whatever the fuck he said. Listen, bro. Nobody arbitrarily and randomly just does that shit. He knows what he sounds like when he says that, and then he said it right on TV as he walked off to be saying that. He could have said 5. He could have said 7, but the motherfucker said 6. And he didn't have to say 6 3 times, but he said it 3 times. I don't know, man. Y'all trust too much. If this was a fucking show on Netflix, you would be guessing, calling out the bad guy for who he is, trying to predict what's going to happen in the next episode, the next season. You'll be all involved in it. You would be rooting for the good guy. But then when I pull that shit out of a Netflix hypothetical and I say, no, this is your real life, I'm not getting that same fucking energy from people. That's why they think they're going to win. That's why they do what they do. They shouldn't even got this far. How'd they get this far? They got this far because y'all some bitches, bro. They're just bitches, man. They was tough about all the wrong shit. And motherfuckers scared to die and shit like you're not gonna die. Yeah, run away from death about this because then you'll be better, you'll be okay later. No, you won't. No, you won't. Your ass will die anyway. And I think the power really lies with the people who understand these natural truths to truly be self-evident, and then they embrace these things and say, this is what it is. What military soldier goes off to war, but he's so scared of death that it's crippling, that he can't get past it? No, there's a certain level of acceptance of death that you got to take before you put that uniform on, strap them boots up, and get into a fucking tank or a fucking fighter jet or something to go do some shit. If you doing all of that and you ain't never considered the possibility of them never even finding your fucking body, you are insane. You're a moron, and I don't even believe none of that. What I do believe is that you do know. And now look how much strength, power, and motion you can put behind your objectives when you go, I thought about that and I don't give a fuck. Look what happens. That shit gets results. I don't know. People tweaking, bro. People bugging, man. People bugging. All I'm saying is whoever the bad guy is, they not supposed to be rocking that shit, period. I don't give a fuck who it is. If I can recognize that, but then I'm supposed to not oppose the bad guy if they're a part of certain groups, and then it's these same groups that are telling me not to say, man, kiss my dick. Fuck out my face. Fuck out my life. Check the fuck out. I hope you fucking choke on your fucking lunch, Mr. fucking FBI. You on your lunch break right now? Choke to death, all of you. Let's see that anomaly. Everybody in the fucking FBI died choking on their food on their lunch break today. Fuck y'all. Now, I don't gotta like y'all. Who the fuck say I gotta like y'all? Fuck out of here. RPM, boy, get a fucking gun. Get your fucking knowledge up. Check out this gematria shit. You gotta understand what the fuck that is. And it don't even matter if you understand or believe it. The point of the information is because they believe it. You don't get that? Y'all got a cognitive problem. Y'all don't. It's a sign of intelligence to be able to take on the beliefs, positions of other people without adhering to the shit yourself, just for the sake of seeing things from other angles, man. So with the gematria thing, as soon as you hear about the gematria shit, I don't give a fuck if you think that that's real or not. What you need to do is realize that somebody thinks it is. Now you got to see what the fuck is that thought process and belief and exercise of those things. What is it gaining for them? Is it gaining anything for them? Now, if you do all of that, whether you believe gematria sounds silly or not, you're going to come to a conclusion that something is wrong, and that's what you're supposed to do. It's a thought process that you got to wrap your mind around. Stop thinking you know everything. Just because you are incapable of conquering the world doesn't mean that a long plan involving millions of people, from law enforcement all the way up to the royal family, it involves them all. The Queen owned everything. America is still in their hands, even though it appears to be that China owns 60-some% of our debt. But who the fuck owns China? Let's stop playing games. Somebody wants your life energy, your entire life, your soul. They want to hijack your entire journey as your soul has found itself here to ponder its existence, and you walk day one from birth right into the hands of something trying to control you because they print your fucking birth certificate on bond paper. And when I say bondage, if you don't see the correlation between bond and bond paper and why is that so, and then follow that information to see what it leads to, that connected to the fucking fiat money system, connected to the gematria shit in the fucking Gregorian calendar, the entertainment system, and the CIA and FBI's involvement in mind control operations involving TV in its inception. All of this shit is all one big picture, and it's a story of global domination, and you're right in the middle of it, being taunted right in front of you, because they got to tell you the truth, so that when they bitch slap you, they say, you should have put your fucking hands up. You jackass, you didn't know you was in a fight? You just got punched in the fucking face because you didn't know that you was in a fight. We well beyond the calling out into a fight. The bully has his fucking fist in our shirt, lifting us up off the fucking ground already. That's where we are in the fight. He already knocked your fucking lunch tray off the fucking cafeteria table. He didn't already pour your chocolate milk into your book bag. He didn't already crack 5 your mama jokes and everybody's laughing. Now he's got his fist in your shirt and you still don't know you in a fucking fight because y'all some bitches, boy. Stand up, fuck up, and all you gotta do is stand up, get a gun in your hand, and ask all the right questions so you can see what happens. And when you see some shit that you don't like, turn your back. Don't fight nobody. And when they fight you, now it's defense. Now it's a defensive move. And anybody who can argue with that outside as a bitch, and anybody who else want to fucking try and act like anything that I'm saying has been anything outside of that, the peaceful non-compliance is the best way to do this. We need the moral high ground. So you cannot go start no fight with nobody. You cannot be the one to bust them first shots. You cannot do that. You have to let them do that. If anybody ever trying to twist what the fuck I am about, what I'm talking about, and what I intend, they crazy. And I'm not finna let you do that shit. And I don't care how well you think you are in doing it, I bet you ain't gonna do it. I bet you ain't gonna do it. I got too many other little secret things that I never talk about in the works to always consistently express to other people outside of this shit, even strangers that don't know me, who I am, what I was doing, and what I intended on doing. And what I did not intend on doing is starting no fight. I do believe that if you stand up to the bully in an honorable way, he's going to have to either let you go or fight. And that's what we want. Let us go, Mr. Bully. And if you want to fight, just say so. You swing first. That's the moral high ground, bro. And that's where we need to be at. Until then, get your guns up. Get your education up as far as how the world really fucking works, and get out of your own mind and your own perspective, because if your mind and perspective was like that, you'd be one of them. But you're not one of them. So what it is that they're doing is obviously very far removed from your day-to-day life, man. So don't be surprised if I say something's going past you that you don't see. Of course you know you don't see it. You know you don't see it because that's not your life. That's not your thing. That's not your intentions. To dominate the world. Whoever wants to dominate the world is not going to think, sound, or even look like you at all. So when I point to some strange shit that you say don't think, sound, or look like you at all, why is that a stopping point for you to fucking move further and trying to figure out what's going on? Because y'all some fucking dumbass pussies, man. Don't be a fucking dumb pussy. Fuck, RPM, boy.